Ladies and gentlemen, hi! It's Monday night, which means it's time for another Toypixx live stream. And for tonight's live stream, we're going to be discussing the very best figures of 2025 so far. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know why I went ultra dramatic at the beginning there, but that's what we're talking about. So prep those lists. Get ready to let me know what your faves are. I'm looking here. I've got my stuff to my left, and I've only gotten 9 figures this year that are actually 2025. I've gotten more. Like I got Cammy, I got Guile, I got 4 Praetorians, I got Phoenix from Mofex, I got the Purple Pants Fei Long. Like I've gotten a lot of figures that aren't 2025, but the ones I've gotten, there's just 9 of them. So on tonight's live stream, I'm going to see if I can rank them. And don't worry, I'll show you the picture with all of them. And at the same time, again, let's hear what your faves are out there right now. So there you go, ladies and gents. If you're on the replay crew, that's what's up. Give me a list of your top, let's say anywhere from top 3 to top 10 action figures of 2025 so far. Now, tonight is also extra special for yours truly because it's the last night that I had to work any kind of night gig, meaning I'm going to be able to take a lot more time to build Toypixx, and I'm kind of excited because building Toypixx means building more for life and just having a grand old time with everybody out there that I can possibly think to have a grand old time with. So I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a good night. I'm having a good night already. Hope all of you are too. Now, let's get to the old chat. Sci-Fi, what is up, sir? What do we have? If you live in the Michigan area, wait a sec, Sci-Fi. Greetings and toytations. If you live in the Michigan area and love old school horror films, you may want to check out Sarge and Red's Toys and Collectibles this Sunday for the original Scream Queen herself, Linnea Quigley. Really? Hold on. Let's see. She'll. Wait, things have scrolled. Wait a sec. I must push buttons. She'll be taking photos, doing interviews, and signing autographs for a moderate fee, of course. Most of the money will be going to her dog rescue and home fund. She has about 10 to 15 of the lovable 4-legged fiends that she's adopted at her home. According to Dave from Displaying Model Behavior, Dan Yoon teased another possible made-to-order event soon, possibly during New York Comic Con. I don't know why I just went New York Comic Con. I'm not even sure what accent that is. It wanted to be Michael Caine, but it didn't quite get there. That's the big one coming up in early October. So expect to hear new stuff from lots of the toy folk. I know, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Wonderfest. It's going to be a good weekend. More Avengers Doomsday rumors. Sir Ian McKellen will not only reprise his role as Magneto, but he'll be in charge of Genosha with his surviving children, Quicksilver, Wanda, and Polaris by his side. Wait a second. Okay, so I know, okay, help me out, guys. I know I'm going to have plenty to read here before I get to these answers, so I'm going to try and fly through. Don't worry. So I thought they retconned it so that Quicksilver and Wanda weren't Magneto's kids and Polaris, didn't they? And if so, did they retcon it back so they are now? Now I'm thoroughly confused. But I have to say, I always enjoyed that they were the family. So that would make me happy, especially if that's what's going on in comics right now. Let's see, echoes of House of M in TV series news. Ooh, yeah, House of M could be, ooh, no more mutants. Anywho, Peacemaker just had a big guest appearance by a major character from the Superman film, further connecting the show as a direct follow-up to the film. Now, don't forget, there will be no live stream this Thursday, so today, I like it. Thank you, Sir George, Sci-Fi George. Thank you, sir. And then I went, George, I don't know what I'm on tonight, guys. Yes, I do. Diet Dr. Pepper. 0 calorie. Let's see. So today we should have a 3-hour show to make up for that lost time. Then on Thursday, we'll all meet up at Dave's Aunt's Place for the first annual, Family and Friends Photo Fun Fest. You know what stinks? My aunt's not going to want to do anything near the Vegas Strip. And I got nothing. Let's see, that's the bi-weekly rundown for the week. Now, back to you, Dave. Here lies the city of Chatsville. Within the city of Chatsville lies Professor Toypixx, looking for a way to create the perfect chat. We don't have to create it, we already have it. He mixes the key ingredients of conspiracy theories, edgelord humor, cat and dog videos, along with an accidental dose of Chemical X. And thus were born the esteemed chat. Finding the best third-party figures, 6-inch, the good Lord scale, and accessories, debating on the best poses for photos and films, as well as what you are drinking this fine evening. Once again, saving the day twice a weekly and before bedtime. Sci-Fi, I like it, man. Thank you very much. Always dig the rundown. All right, let's get into having some good times. It's always good times here. Anton, I'm afraid that your comments have been interfered with, Sci-Fi George, but don't worry, I fixed them because no one can stand against the last of the Time Lords. But it's not even the master. I saw the trailer for Zootopia 2, the new trailer. It looks awesome. I didn't even know that was out. Who's going to see any of the big movies this weekend? And Battle After Another, which looks interesting, and Smash Machine with the Rock Dwayne Johnson. You know what? I didn't even know anything was coming out this weekend, probably because I'm going to not be around. Sci-Fi Anton, I might catch a couple films this weekend. Haven't decided yet. Update, 5K Toys has 3 new pre-orders up for 2 greatly detailed barbarians, Crim Hearth and Brant Hawk, and Tuchoris, who looks like Killer Croc from Batman's Rogues Gallery on Venom with barbarian garb. Interesting. Let's see, Linnea Quigley will be at Sergeant Red's Toys and Collectibles from 12 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, Sci-Fi, was that Saturday? I'm assuming it was Saturday. Let me know. I think you said, I just blanked on it. Sci-Fi, I will definitely say that Sun Wukong the Monkey King is one of the best of 2025. Throw in the Praetorian Fury, Silver Knight version 2, Dice from the Slice and Dice 2-pack, CoverGirl, Ultra Magnus 86. And LPZZ now calling themselves UPZZ Arkham Batman, the Ghoul and Spectral Skeleton 2-pack from Mythic Legions, and the Cobra Claw. Those are good picks. I still haven't gotten any InArt or LPZZ or UPZZ. I need to do that. Paul, what's up, man? Good to see you tonight. Kairos, what's going on, sir? Oh, it's a party now. What's up, Ghost Tab? Good to see you. Yo, LBZ. Nice seeing you tonight here as well, sir. Let's see. I bought a lot of figs this year, so it's challenging picking the best. You can do it. Ghost Tab, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were not Magneto's kids for a while, and then the retcon got retcon. As of now, they are his kids. Ah, that feels better. Thank you, Ghost Tab. So was Polaris, did she maintain being his kid? I mean, it would be more difficult, I would think, to make it so she wasn't his kid, but just curious. Kairos here, Devastator, looks great there, Toypixx. I likes him. And before I get into the figures, I might talk a little bit. I've got some Transformers here. Don't worry, I'm not going like tons of them. I've just got 3, and that Devastator I might want to talk about a touch too. So yeah, I'm pretty. It's pretty crazy. I've gotten a lot more Transformers this year than I have figures, which is nuts. And then I started adding up the prices. Ladies and gentlemen, never do that. Never add up the prices. Miss Cogsmith, good to see you tonight. Thanks for dropping by. Spaded One at the vet picking up the cat, dropping in to remind everybody that Duke is less than Flint. Thank you, Spaded One. I appreciate it. Linnea is Sunday. Okay, thanks, Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi George, Kairos, LBZ, Paul. Thank you very much for keeping everybody up to date and letting them know that everybody's awesome. Everything is awesome. All right. Let's share the screen. You know I got to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, This month's Patreon photo contest theme is villains. So go to this post on the Toypixx Patreon page, learn all the things you need to learn. And if you don't want to go to this post on the Patreon page, go to the YouTube live stream, this very one I'm chatting on now. There's a link to all the rules and regulations in the comment or in the description on this video. The winner will receive a Battle Armor Cobra Commander and a Cobra Viper. So that is September's Patreon photo contest theme. Toy Odyssey, good evening, fellow Toypixians. What's going on, the Toy Odyssey? Thanks for stopping in this fine evening. It's a good night. It's a great night. All right. There was your friendly reminder about ye old stuff. Now, let's close this out. Oops. Hang on. See, one day, I think I might actually, now that I've got time to think about all this stuff, I might get to where I'm kind of technologically savvy. Okay, let's give this a shot. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the figures that I'm looking at as far as my top 9, I guess, are concerned. Now, I want to take a minute to give an honorable mention because I paid a little bit, but not a lot. Tragic Hero is very kind to my old collection. So I want to give an honorable mention to our boy Death Adder. Death Adder is ridiculously cool, but I wouldn't have bought him myself because I didn't want the Rumbler. So the fact that Tragic went out on a limb and sent him my way is crazy appreciated. I do love this figure. This is the first figure. Hang on, let me try and find real quick. I want to get to, I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. So I'd been trying to get this particular pose down. How do I even get to my, here we go. And this was the very first figure that I was able to get this pose down in. And I was so excited. And it wasn't, I probably could have gotten this pose with other figures. This one inspired me a little more to do it. So give me just a sec. I was pretty happy with this one. This is the shot I took with Death Adder, with this very Death Adder sent to me by Tragic. That's why he still got the 2 pistols in his hand. So I do love this figure, and I'm looking a lot more at Mezco because of it. So don't worry, you Mezco snobs out there. I'm pretty sure more are going to be joining Death Adder here. But as of now, because he was sent to me and I didn't pick him up myself, I'm going to give him an honorable mention. Now let's go back, close this out, go back to these, and what have we? Alrighty. So right now, I'm not going to do these just yet. Like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about Transformers. So I'm going to hide this again. And I'm looking right now. One of the things that's really impressed me this year as far as Transformers are concerned are the Primes. Like the 13, the Age of the Primes line. I think it's very cool. And because of that, I honestly don't know what order to put 3 figures here that I'm looking at. I know the 3 are probably top 3 if I don't count Devastator. And we'll talk about Devastator here in a minute. But the 3 are, and maybe you guys can help me out, any Transformers fans in the chat. The 3 are Megatronus, who is just crazy cool. Prima, who I think I dig more than most people do. I think he's a sweet figure. And, of course, Megatron. Now, what's got me puzzled here right now as I'm trying to figure this out is Megatron, I'm never going to transform him. This one's never going to be a tank, so does he really get to count as a Transformer? The thing is, he looks so perfect as G1 Megs. So I'm sitting here right now wondering, does G1 Megs get it just because of nostalgia? I don't like to give people the high rank because of nostalgia, or Transformers. But I'm thinking Megs is going to take the #1 spot. I think what we've got here, I think we're giving Prima 3, I think we're giving Megatronus 2, and I think we're giving Megatron 1. And I have to be honest, I think Megatron gets that because he's G1 Megatron. I think this is totally a nostalgia thing. But what's everybody else thinking right now? And for extra credit, let me know what your favorite Transformers are. What's up, Star? Good to see you tonight, man. Dang, I actually love all 3 of those Transformers. I know, they're sweet, aren't they? I'm very fortunate to have found them all. Well, no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I found Prima. Actually, yeah, I only found Prima at the store. So I picked him up at the store. Megatron and Megatronus I ordered, but I've since seen Megatronus in the store. I've still not seen Megatron in the store. So yeah, I think that's what we got. Right now, my favorite Transformer from 2025. My number 3 is Prima. Number 2, Megatronus. And number 1, Megatron. Now, the reason I didn't want to throw Devastator in here just yet is because if you guys have been listening for a while, you know this is why I got back into Transformers. So I don't know. It's kind of like the Hush Batman, the blue and gray one. I don't know that I can rank him because he changed my collecting so much that it's just something I could never get rid of. You know, it feels more almost emotional to have that, just like this guy. So I think looking at him, I think Devastator is easily number 1. At the same time, he's 6 Transformers that all mostly aren't very good individually, to be honest. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I like Long Haul. I like Hook. And let's see. Mixmaster's okay. Scavenger's okay. But overall, Devastator is much, much, much greater of the sum than the whole of the parts. I don't know what I'm even going with there. So if it weren't for the fact that I started collecting Transformers now because of this, I would put this at number 1. So this thing's going to stay, and I'm going to be really excited about having him for a long time. And I think it's going to be the same with these guys. I don't see them ever topping this Megatronus. Let's see, I got to put this stuff back now so it's not in my way. This Megatron, whoop, let's get you so you're seeing more than the arm cannon. Look at that guy. Oh, he's so crazy. So evil. And Prima. And I have Solus, I have Alchemist, I have some of the aerial bots. I have, let's see, Vortex is over there. Sorry, I'm looking over at some of my other Transformers. But I think right now, those are my top 3, plus Devastator, who will always be way, way up there. Ghost Tab, LPZZ Batman and Metal Build Burning Gundam are my favorite figures so far. Very cool. I'll have to look up. I mean, the LPZZ Batman just looks insane. I'll have to look up that Burning Gundam, though. Harry Gargantos might be in my top 10 figures. Just got him and having fun. Awesome, Harry. He does look really cool. So one of the theories people had about Gargantos was that his tentacles couldn't bend, but rather they twist. Like they'd have sort of like a thigh cut or a bicep swivel, like those throughout them. Are they bendy tentacles or is it more a twisting kind of thing? Just curious. Star, let's see, for a definitive answer, you'd have to go through several categories of quality, articulation, durability, construction, paint, screen accuracy, transformation, etc. I can't just look at them and say, I get that, Star. I do get that. And that's one of my problems when it came to Megatron is like, I'm never going to transform this thing. He is never going to be a tank. He came with the alt mode I'll be using, you know. Let's see. What do we have? My fave TF, probably Flame Toy Starscream and YOLO Park G1 Starscream. You know, Star, I'm shocked that your favorite Transformers would be Starscreams. Totally stunned. Completely. Bendy with joints next to the eye. Oh, very cool. Thank you, Harry. Actually, that sounds great. I think they might have crushed that one. Kairos, Toypixx, the LPZZ Batman is one of the best Batman figures ever. I have heard that for the LPZZ and the InArt. I've heard it's just insane. Here's the trick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting here drinking Diet Dr. Pepper because I kind of thought I need to cut down on sugar, but then I started thinking, I'm not sleeping well. I wonder why. All righty, let's keep going here. Star, sorry, I thought I was hiding it better than that. I've got a lot to learn still. There's no need to be sneaky, Star. You're amongst friends. We can say whatever within reason and try and make it kid-friendly. Okay, so let's see. Keep going. I want to keep seeing those lists, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know the best. Right now, it seems LPZZ is he's just kind of there and killing it. And InArt. I mean, I know nobody said InArt yet, but those two Batman figures seem to be the ones that everybody's going crazy for. So we already talked about Death Adder in my list. Let me go back to sharing the screen. Okay, so there's what we're looking at. We talked about Death Adder. Now, I'm looking here at what I've got. I think I know who the next three are going to be, but I don't know what order to put those three in. You know what? Let's go with the Crimson Shadows Infantry. All right. Now, the reason that I'm going with Crimson Shadows Infantry is this is the whole sum is greater than its parts, you know. This was bought as an army builder to be an army builder. Like, this is the guy that's going to get his butt kicked all the time. I've got a couple more of these in my pile of loot at BBTS right now. I love the figure. Like I've said multiple times, I believe. I mean, I know I have in regular videos. I think I have here too. I'm not going to buy something I don't want for my collection. And I really think this is a cool figure. But we're looking at these, and like I say, I only get stuff that I think's cool anyway, so that makes this really tough. But I think because he was bought as an army builder for the purpose of being an army builder, even though he's a great figure, and he's going to be probably in more photos than almost any other figure because he's an army builder. Ooh, man. Now I'm kind of talking him out of, you know what? No, not yet. Not yet. We're going to go with Sagat. Jada's Street Fighter line is kind of like an army builder line for me. It's ridiculous, I know, but Sagat on his own doesn't have this crazy cool design. I've talked about how Jada doesn't really have any properties I love. I just love their figures. So I think with Sagat, he's one of the least interesting looking Street Fighter figures or characters. I mean, he works insanely well. He's a great figure for sure. But if we're talking just what's interesting, what's cool, what looks good on a shelf, he looks kind of basic compared to the rest of what I've got standing here. So at number 8, I'm going to put Sagat. And then after Sagat, since I already talked about him a little bit, yeah, I think we're going to put the Crimson Shadow Infantry in at number 7. Now, remember, we got Death Adder, got the honorable mention, and we're putting this guy here. So we've got 8, 7, and keep in mind, Death Adder on his own would be way high on this list. He's an incredible figure, but again, he was purchased for me. I didn't pick him up myself. So that's why he had to get the honorable mention. All right, let's see what everybody's talking here. Jose, can't wait for the more Fig Batman to drop. Have I seen that? I don't know if I've seen that. I'm sure I've seen it. Help me out, guys. Have we talked about that? Ghost Ab, I have the InArts Batman, but I have so many Dark Knight figures that it looks tad better than the rest. Ah, okay. So the InArts looking good still. Good star. Jada Figs have soared to the top of my fave list. I'm spending funds that I don't even possess yet to buy Jada Figs that I'm not even a fan of. That's gotta mean something, Star. I completely agree. And again, I wouldn't have any Jada Figs in here if I didn't think they were great figures. So I am 1000% with you. Although I do think that you're a big fan of edge runners. Am I wrong? Or are you just saying, hey, you're kind of like me, where you're not this huge fan of Street Fighter, but you love Jada figures, so you're picking those up, but you're still a huge fan of edge runners? Harry Mess Toys Black Neighbor is definitely in the top 10. Is that the one? Is that the Venom or is that the Black Suit Spider-Man? Help me out. I'm trying to remember all these things. Star, I wish Mezco would hurry up and do another Batman fig. He's been at least a couple of weeks since the last one. You know, for a while, I liked the look of some of those Mezco Batmans, but then I thought, Batman's kind of, he's not like he looked like, at least when I'd see pictures of the figures, he looked like almost a brute body instead of more of a strong, like a gymnast body is pretty strong. And I feel like Batman should have more of a gymnast style body. Kyrus, I'm really hoping to get the Mezco Sparky Gangster. Let's see, got waitlisted. He looks great, Kyrus. If I had had the funds right then, I probably would have put him down for that gangster. I think he looks awesome. I hope you get him, man. I hope so. So years ago, the first Mezco, I did try to get a Mezco a while back, and it was the Mr. Freeze that they did, and I was on the wait list for the Mr. Freeze. But then, while I was on the wait list, reviews started coming out, and people didn't seem all that impressed. So when I got the email or whatever notification from Mezco saying, hey, man, it's here, you can get them, I'm like, no, I'm good. So I would have had a Mezco before Death Adder if those reviews of Mr. Freeze hadn't come out yet. Ghost Tab, McFarlane, Mezco. Let's see, Mezco doesn't need to do that many Batman figures. That's true. McFarlane probably put his foot down. I'm the Batman guy. Guys? Star, Edge Runners Forever. That's the line that put Jada on my radar. Looking to buy Jada stock if I can. Don't do that, Star. Then they'll become publicly traded and not be allowed to be creative. Let them stay private, man. Harry, he's a symbiote suit Spider-Man with proper, let's see, top 9. Top 9, let's see, the hand web shooting. Sorry, Harry, I don't know what the 9F is. Help me out, man, help me out. Okay, let's see here. So we've got these, like I said, I think I've got the next one figured out. And I think it's going to be CoverGirl here. Now, I think CoverGirl is awesome. She's the most recent video I've actually put together. She's a blast of a figure. Her articulation, like all female G.I. Joe figures, is lacking at the waist. But I love that I have a figure that's actually smiling out there. Like, most of these figures that you get seem they seem a little angry, like they're yelling, which makes sense. They're action figures. Or they have a stoic head. There's not usually, it's either yelling or anger or stoic. So it's just fun to have this kind of look going on. And because of her face, because of what's going on with the ponytail and the hat, all this stuff, she looks like she's supposed to be somebody that was a supermodel that joined the military. Like, besides the fact that she had that, what is it? Like, what did she say? It was a vapid existence or something. So, I mean, I like that they not only had the character, like the bio, but they seem to just nail the character in the sculpt. So I think that CoverGirl is actually a very cool figure. Any thoughts on her, ladies and gents? Let me know what you're thinking when it comes to CoverGirl. And that would put her, by the way, on my figures anyway, at number 6, which ain't too shabby. I mean, I know, it's 6 out of 8. But, again, I only buy stuff that I'm sure I'm going to like. Harry, okay. Sorry, Harry. I should have figured that out. The 9 is right by the O. Derp. T Star, my buddy at work is a Scooby-Doo fanatic. I told him about jaded Scooby-Doo figs, ordered them for him, and he flipped out when they arrived. He's in love. Oh, he owes me big time. You know who else owes you big time, Star? June. June and Jada owe you big time. You're out spreading the good word of Jada Toys. Okay. Now let's keep this going. Richard, Crystal Ball King is a great figure. He looks awesome. Like, he looks sweet. I really like the look of that thing, which I have said like 3 times now. But I think what sold him, his face sculpt and the paints they used looks incredible. And like the green energy that he's got emanating from that figure, I think it looks incredible. I mean, there are really anybody with any kind of top 10 or top figures. I don't know that there's any wrong answers right now. Like, most companies are firing on all cylinders. It really is a good time to be an action figure collector. Okay, let's keep this party rolling. I don't know. Okay, I'm looking here. Man, okay, so what's going on right now is it's kind of like with Megatron. I'm looking at, I basically got 2 figures here. That one is my favorite all-time Joe. See if you can guess who that is. And the other is my favorite all-time Street Fighter character. And then there's 2 Mythic Legions figures and a Tony the Tiger. And so what I want to not do, and yet I already blew it with Megatron, what I want to not do is pick based solely on how much I love the character. It has to be about the figure itself. You know what? If we're going with figure itself, hang on, let's do this. I think number 5 is Tony the Tiger. I love this figure. I love that Jada is putting out stuff like this. I mean, keep in mind here, guys, out of my top 8 here, 3 are Jada. Jada is represented well. So I love that Jada is putting out stuff like this. The only problem, the only reason that Tony is as low as he is, I don't know, those are really good. Well, one reason that Tony is as low as he is he's so top heavy that I got to the point where I had to actually use this tail as a bit of a kickstand. Now, fortunately, the tail is pretty tight, so it works pretty well. But that's really the only problem with this guy. He was 25 or 30 bucks, came with all kinds of hands, a bowl of cereal, a spoon, this basketball. Tony is awesome. Like, who all in the chat has Tony the Tiger on their shelves right now? Because I love the ridiculousness of this figure. One thing that I gotta give Jada credit for is just adding so much color to my shelves. Because if I'm looking right now at this stuff, I've got, let's see, Flint, I've got Maxilius the Harvester. Obviously, both of those wear a lot of black. I've got Sir Gideon Heavensbrand. He's a little more colorful. But then you got Death Adder, you got the Crimson Shadow Infantry. They're all pretty dark characters. And then you look at CoverGirl. She's kind of the olive drab green and tan and all that. So the one thing Jada does really well is add color to the old shelf. And that makes me happy. And I shouldn't say the one thing. Jada does a lot of things well. But yeah, one of the reasons I really dig Tony is honestly just the color and the crazy articulation he adds to the shelf. So we're going to put him in at number 5. And then, going to pop this up again, and we'll hop to the chat. Woo-wee! Anybody that's watching this on X, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you guys, this is kind of meta for you because you're seeing a picture on X as you're watching all this craziness on X. Anywho, let's jump in because me and my talking sometimes is a problem. Sci-Fi, I love that Bobby makes his troop builder significantly cheaper than his other figures so he can afford to troop build. That is awesome, isn't it? I loves it. Like I said, I've got 4 of the Praetorians, and I've got 2 more of those Crimson Shadow Infantries sitting in my pile of loot right now, just so I can go nuts like that. Star, I think we, oh Master June, Jada Edge Runners are supernatural. They saved figure collecting for me. Star, that's incredible, man. And yeah, I gotta get a David. At least, I mean, come on. I gotta get him. I want to get Lucy. I mean, they're both 2025 releases. I gotta pick these things up. They both look like incredible figures. And I too enjoyed Edge Runners. I'm just not the mega fan you are. Okay, let's keep this up. Ironic, what's going on, man? Good to see you tonight. Woohoo! Thank you, Star. Ghost Tab, I have a colonoscopy tomorrow, so I don't like what Tony the Tiger is doing with that balloon. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's horrible. Good luck. Good luck. And you know what? I have nothing to say here that's not going to be all kinds of wrong. So just good luck. Hope you have your driver. Oh boy. Ironic. I have, let's see, nothing on my shelves right now. The Ironic Cave is in a state of action figure flux. Chaos. Man, that's usually what goes on here, Ironic. I understand fully. Man, so what's your, let's see, what are some of your top favorite figures right now for 2025? Big Chuck, what's going on, man? Tony is great. He's amazing. I love this figure. My biggest problem with Tony, honestly, so he stands on the top shelf with my Mega Man figures and my Chester Cheetahs. So he's kind of in the middle of it all because my Chesters are on oh, good Lord, like just a stand. So they're a little higher than everybody else. So what happened, the reason that I had to start using that tail as a third leg, so to speak, is because I needed him leaning back a little bit because I'd come in here 2 or 3 times and he had taken out the Mega Mans from the top shelf. Wasn't good. Aside from that, I love this figure. Thanks again, Paul. Star, I could never come to grips with the idea of a massive predatory cat like Tony foregoing all carnivorous tendencies in favor of breakfast cereal. Just too odd to swallow. You know what? Now we have to start thinking about that with all of the mascots. Let's see. Would a frog eat cereal? We're thinking Dig'em, ladies and gentlemen. We're going Honey Smack style on this. Anton, the last of the Time Lords, has returned. Fantastic, Anton. Thanks for stopping in yet again. Twix? Twix. Twix. What am I missing? Miss Cocksmith, I'm missing something. Why? Anton, can Tony the Tiger hand out those other characters? Isn't that breaking some universal laws? Hang out with those other characters. No, there's no laws that gets broken on a toy shelf, ladies and gents. Come on, Anton, you know. You do have some stellar picks for Figs of the Year. Thank you, Miss Cocksmith. I appreciate that. It's a lot of fun. I love shooting these things. Like I've said multiple times, at this point, I don't know if I'm collecting the figures because I love the figures or I love taking photos of the figures. They're just fun. And that's what makes the photos, is just getting to have fun with them. That's why whenever everybody else takes photos, I'm legit serious when I say, if you just had fun shooting that, you win. Because that's what it's all about. Ironic, Ghost Tab, it's great. Oh, dear. Let's see, Anton, called colonoscopies no fun. Ghost Dad, good luck. I hope that you are making out okay. Yeah, it's never good to. Seriously, I can't do it. I just have to keep going. Ouch. My sympathies. Yep. Oops. Sorry, Ms. Cogsmith. Oh, I don't think I've seen those before. Stay strong in your exams. Seriously. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you. Ghost Dad, thanking the people. I love it. Hoping Jada comes out with a Captain Crunch. See, I can see pirates eating cereal. Miss Cogsmith, Twitter, X, why not? Oh, there we go, Miss Cogsmith. I wonder, I mean, Elon has more money than Twix probably does, so he could probably be like, yeah, we're just going to use that now as our name. You guys are cool with that, right? I don't know. That's a good call. I like it. I like it a lot. Anton, did Tony, let's see, threaten to eat Duke? I hope not. No. Tony has much better taste than that, Anton. Harry Moffett's Night Crusader has to be in the running. Night Crusader's really good. You're talking the black one, right? The black with the yellow oval. The Night Crusade. So I got the one that looks more like Neil Adams style with the blue and the gray. I think he's phenomenal. I do. I will say I like the Hush one a little more, but sometimes I'm not sure if that's just the fact that that was my first Batman for Mafex, or if it really is that the lower neck joint you can actually move, whereas on the Night Crusader you can't. Star, I love my SHF Star Wars. OT only, but too slow on release and too expensive to rank higher as a series. One fig from Hobby Link Japan. I love them, but around $90 shipping? Around 90 for shipping? Or do you mean it would cost you 90 total with shipping? Ghost Tab, Miss Cogsmith, I just saw your message. Aw. Anton, the only thing that was scary about my colonoscopy was when they made me take off all my clothes and I had to go and just sit in one of those smocks. And I looked at the hospital bed and said, well, that's the future. Anton, that's horrible, man. Oh man. I have to have my first one in December. And that's why I'm sitting here. All this stuff is in my head, and I'm going, oh no, how bad is this going to be? I've heard horror stories. I've heard you don't want to drink the stuff that they make you drink. Ironic, I would buy that Twix domain stat. Probably already, yeah, probably already snagged. It probably actually is owned by Twix. Anton, let's see, on the bright side, best nap ever. Okay, so how did we get here? Thanks a lot, Ghost Tab. How's everybody that's ever had one felt afterwards? Is it just relief, or is anybody sore? These are questions now for my curiosity. Kyrus, Toypixx, Hot Toys is having some great new releases. I know, Kyrus. I try so hard not to look at those. It's tough though. Harry, the blue, let's see, I wish I could get the black. Ah, okay. Yeah, the blue's nice. The blue's nice. And the black one's nice too. And yeah, Night Crusader definitely deserves to be up there. When did I get him? I thought, wasn't he last year? I mean, if you got him this year, I'm totally good with counting them. I'm just trying to think, because if he came out this year, I'm kind of rethinking my entire top 10 here. Kyrus, Toypixx, are you going to any of the comic conventions like Comic-Con New York or Legion's Con? Kyrus, not yet. So here's the plan right now as far as Toypixx is concerned. I need to get plenty of clients so that I can start making plenty of money, so I can decorate the studio and then set it up as kind of an event space for nerd nights, family days, and for teaching, for things along those lines. And at that point, once I'm making enough money from all of those things, then it would be something where I might fly out for New York Comic-Con or check out Legion's Con and all that. I really want to check out both of those, as well as SDCC. I've never been to LA, or San Diego. Well, I've never been to either one. So, I mean, I definitely want to check out SDCC, but I've been to New York and I love New York. It's one of those weird places where you get off the plane. Have you ever gone somewhere and you just feel right at home and you'd never been there before and it just didn't make any sense for you to feel right at home? I felt right at home at New York. So I would love to go to New York Comic-Con and just make Comic-Con a couple days and then visit the city for a few more. But Legion's Con, I definitely want to check out. Star, $90 shipping plus the cost of the fig. Oh my God. Holy crap, Star. Yeah, that's not good. When my rogue comes in, I might say, you know what, Tommy, let's go cheapest possible option. Because now BBTS isn't looking so bad if it really is that much. Sci-Fi, the black and gray Hush Batman from Mezco by way of CT Toys is fantastic. Gotcha. And that one came out this year, right? Anton, it isn't that bad today. Just get the bills. You have to drink a lot of water, and that's about it. I can drink water after the Dr. Pepper, but they don't want me drinking Dr. Pepper. I did read the rules. Anton, I had a good doctor, and afterwards I told him a doctor joke. And he felt good. Said, "You're okay. See you in 3 years." Good man, Anton. Always good to make people laugh. Roger Rabbit taught us all that. Star, the stuff you drink to clean out your system is an experience. One I'd like to pass on from ever doing again. Not pleasant. Oh, yeah. Ironic, we don't talk about the colonoscopy club. Works for me. And yet I'm the one that asked the question. July 2025, I believe. Okay. Whew. Anton, I know what Tony is probably saying to Lady J right there. Hey, Lady J, can we get together? I have cereal. That's CoverGirl. Everybody knows that Tony would never mess with Lady J out of respect for Flint. Anton, I'm going to New York Comic Con, Kyrus. I can't wait on Saturday. Oh, you guys are going to have a blast. It's going to be a good time, Anton. Can't wait to hear all about the experience. Sci-fi, my colonoscopy went great. Just check YouTube and corn. Oh, God. Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'd be like, you know what? Go ahead, film it, put it on YouTube. I'm sure I'll say something stupid. Anton, yes, every time I go to New York, feel very at home. And when I went to London, was very much like New York. Oh, man. Maybe going to London's next. I don't know. I've never been, well, I have been out of the country, but I've only been to Canada. I'm not sure that necessarily counts, especially when you're in Michigan, and Canada is basically just a little tiny bit further north. All right, so we're at number 4. I am stalling here because these are so good. I do really dig all these figures I'm looking at. So the ones that are left are Maxilius the Harvester, Gideon Heavensbrand 2, Blanca from Jada Toys, and Flint from Hasbro. Oh, boy. So what do we have here? Still kind of stalling. We have 3 Jada. We have 2 Hasbro. We have 2 Four Horsemen. And we have 1 Valaverse. And 1 Mezco if we talk about the honorable mention with Death Adder. So I'm kind of all over the place, but Jada is still quite a bit up there. And I still don't have an M. Bison or a DJ, so I have to make those 2 a priority, so I at least have all the characters. But truly, I gotta tell you, I'm really bummed that I didn't get Dalsim and M. Bison. It's my own fault, for sure. But all the other exclusives, they were easy to come by, so I didn't think there was any rush. I blew that, and I'm going to pay the price eventually, I'm sure, unless June decides, you know what, we do need to release more of these. Okay, hold on. I'm going to look at comments because I'm still kind of stalling. Star, I don't really go anywhere anymore, but I felt right at home my first time here. Came across Toypixx while surfing and just started talking. Felt very natural and been loving it here ever since. Star, I appreciate that, man. I'm sure everybody here does as well. It has been an absolute blast having you coming in here and putting in your 2 cents when it comes to the conversations. I can't wait till we just keep growing and keep all this going and the next discussion. I love talking to you guys. See, ironic that CoverGirl could pull double duty as Carol Danvers in Civvies. Maybe. You'd have to give her, let's see. Yeah. Although Carol Danvers seems a lot more serious than CoverGirl. So you might need to give her the other head. But yeah, I think you're right. Mr. Matson, what's up? Well, I'm back in town after a rough week. But toys. Not good, Mr. Manson. Not good that you had a rough week. What was it? And if you don't feel like saying, no worries. But more importantly, let us know what your top figures have been so far this year. We're getting a lot of people talking about a lot of Batmans. Let's see, okay. I'm still stalling here. Ugh. You know what? I think I know who number 1 is. And I think number 1's on the thumbnail. Man. It's the other ones. You guys know when you do a top 10 and you're like, you know what? I can nail like 10 through 4, but then I get to the top 3 and I have no idea what to do. So keep in mind, just like with everybody else, this list could very well change. Right now, you know what? Right now, because of photography only, I'm going to put Blanca at number 4. And the reason that Blanca is going at number 4, hang on, let's get out of this, is because he's harder to figure out what to do from a photography standpoint. Like he's got those electrical things going on, and I want to do things a lot more practical than normal. Although, in case nobody saw this, my camera took a dump yesterday. So the rest of the week after tonight's pick are all smartphone picks. So they're not going to be quite up to the Superman pick that I shot tonight. Anyway, the reason I say that is because they're going to be effect heavy because they're not up to snuff. What I'm saying here with Blanca is I want to get, so I'm doing a lot more practical with color correction, nothing too nuts. And he's harder to figure out what to do with because of those effects he's got are awesome, but I feel like he needs more. And there's not much. Like a lot of figures are kind of interchangeable. It's tough to figure out what else to do with Blanca as well. So I love the figure, but from a photogenic perspective, he's a great, like, I feel like I don't want to knock Blanca. Blanca is awesome. I love this figure. But I think he's just tougher to photograph than others on this list. So I think he gets number 4. Yep, we're sticking with it for now. And maybe my rationale will change and somebody else will be number 4 next time. Let's see. Hang on, Anton. Let's go back and show these guys. All right. This is the perfect home for nerds. I like it. Even bad nerds like myself. Thank you, Anton. Let's see. I hope that I might go and try to meet the actor who plays Daredevil in the new TV series. And him and the actor who plays the Kingpin. Oh, are they both going to be there? Oh, that would be sweet, Anton. Get some autographs. What are you going to take? Like, do you just go to meet him, like shake hands or something? Or do you take something for him to sign? Because that's one part of Comic Cons I've never really gotten into. So I'm just curious. Mr. Matson, Jaeger Warrior Ball and Chain. Oh, sorry. Jaeger Warrior Ball and Chain. Jaeger Bomb? Let's see. I should know. Who is the Warrior Ball of Chain? Who did that? That was Frazetta Girls, right? Let's see. Red Sonja, Blanca, Heavy Duty, Dial Tone, Crystal Ball, Legendary Barbarian, Frazetta Girls, Conan. Let's see. Battle Armor Coco. That's not bad, actually. Heavy Duty. Okay, Mr. Manson, tell me about Heavy Duty. I think I really want him. Actually. And I was looking up, I think I'm going to have to get the Legendary Barbarian. I think Mythic has kind of sucked me in. I think I'm sort of hosed. My wallet's going to hate me. Wait, what did I miss? Hold on, Anton. Let me see if I can finish this here. Let's see. Plays the Kingpin are going to be there. Got it. Oh, man. Yeah. What do you take? Star, my collection has been whittled down so much that there's really not much to choose from. My top figs are Jada, David, and Lucy in Street Fighter, Darth Vader. Now that would be a game. And SHF, Darth Vader, and Stormtrooper, both A New Hope versions. Hey, those are the best versions as far as I'm concerned. I would go, well, actually, I shouldn't say that. The Stormtrooper for sure. Darth Vader could be pretty much any of the movies, and I'd be happy. Any of the original trilogy. Mr. Matson, my dad, Pat. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Travel across country to deal with all the stuff, all settled today. Oh, Mr. Matson, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Condolences, sir. If you need, shoot me a message. I mean, hey, I'll check. I will. If you need anything, just let me know. Let's see. Now to process. Yeah. It takes, it took me a long time. Same thing happened to me, and it took a long time to, sometimes I'm not sure that I ever quite processed it right, See, Blanca to battle the Hulk. See, that would be fun, but I need a Hulk. Paul, yep, yep. The Thing. that would be fun, but I need a Thing figure as well. Hey, Day, let's see. How goes the new DSLR search? Let's see. What did I do? So I ordered a new memory card, hoping that was it. That wasn't it. Or I possibly got, so there's a compact flash type 1 and a compact flash type 2, which I did not know when I ordered what turned out to be a type 2. But then the type 1 still isn't working. So my gut is it's actually the camera body itself. Fortunately, I found a camera body on eBay with 2 smart cards. So it was about 50 bucks. Nothing broke the bank. If it gets here and it works, fantastic. If not, we're looking at cell phone pics for a little while, and that doesn't make me happy. But I think the camera will be okay. The seller had 100% feedback and all that. So we should be good. And I've got all the lenses and all the stuff I need. I just need a body that'll work. Let's see. Burger and Ball and Chain. Oh, Savage Crucible. Okay. The Jaeger. Wait. Let's see. Jaeger. Okay. Ball and Chain. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Madsen. I should have known that they weren't Frazetta Girls when you said you actually named out Frazetta Girls for Conan. Anton, I buy one of the photographs that they have handy. I have quite a collection. I have Dana Scully. Let's see. I have several of Doctor Who's. Can you guess who I have? I'm going to guess Matt Smith is one. I don't know many Doctor Who's, but that was the one that people tried to get me to get into it with. Yeah. Ironic, G.I. Joe Firefighter is one of my top figs. Also, Fawn Toys 112 EA02 Fantasy Alphabet Series Girl Mech. I might need to check that too. Thank you, Ironic. Keep it up, guys. What are some of the best ones out there? All the Savage Crucible stuff rocks. Yeah, I've heard good things. Mr. Madsen has basically told me all kinds of good things about him. Something I need to explore at some point. Yeah. Oof. All right. Let's try. All right, guys. I'm trying here. I'm at top 3 territory. Remember, this could change any second. But right now, at number 3, I'm going to put Maxilius the Harvester. Now, this has nothing to do with Flint being my top character, or my top Joe figure. I was looking at him, trying to figure it out. The reason Maxilius falls to number 3 is because now you can use a skeleton with anything, right? So, I mean, it's not hard to figure out how to photograph this guy or what to use him with. But this piece here is finicky. Like, you've got to slide the chain just right underneath some posts that are in this piece. Otherwise, it hangs way too low. It gets funky. I love Maxilius the Harvester. There's a reason that I picked this guy and Gideon Heavensbrand up before any other Mythic Legions figures. I think this thing is sweet. But if I'm being really crazy about what I'm thinking and trying to figure out here right now, I'm going to say this guy at number 3 simply because he's a little finicky to mess around with, but phenomenal for figure photography. So yeah, we've got Maxilius at number 3. What have we here, Star? Hang on, you know I got to do this again. Here we go. Star, hoping Aniplex does well with figs. Already ordered Edge Runner's Lucy and Rebecca prototype was shown at Wonderfest, and they announced that David is in the works. What scale is Aniplex, Star? I don't remember. I know I've seen the name, but I can't remember what size or anything like that. Maxilius is awesome also. Yeah, Maxilius is sweet. Like I say, we're down to the short strokes, man. The only reason he got as low as he did is just because he's a little tough to mess with. Sci-fi ball and chain. We talking about action figures or what? Waka waka waka. We went full on Fonzie sci-fi. Well played. 112. Awesome. Okay, Star. Thank you. Anton, I have David Tennant. I had a good friend. I'm still in line for me for 2 hours. I have Peter Capaldi. Wow. Very nice, Anton. I had great Peter Davison, who I met twice. I even have the great Mel Blanc. Wait, Mel Blanc as in Bugs Bunny? That would be sweet. That would be, see, I would be jealous of that. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Now I have to look at these two. And I have to figure out. Now I don't have to figure it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the last two. I'm looking at it. At this point, it would be just pretending I didn't know what I was doing. All these others, I was there. All these others, the confusion you saw and trying to figure it out, that was legit. But we have Flint at number 2. Flint is one of those figures. I mean, I could use him as a troop builder if I wanted. He has just that really great, almost generic military look. Everybody loves shotgun shells. He's got the beret. I mean, this is Flint. My only hope for G.I. Joe Classified now going forward is that we get a modern Flint with this kind of articulation, like something that's a little more today. He can have the beret. Like, if they need to keep some stuff intact. And this is what I talk about when I'm talking brand. You can change the look up a little bit, but not crazy, right? So the next Flint, whatever they do, he's got to have some shotgun shells on him. He's got to have the beret. Obviously, he needs a shotgun. You make the beret black, and you can do most anything else. I would argue that the shirt should be black, but because of the cartoon and other media and all that, it could be green and everybody would be totally fine. But those are basically my thoughts on Flint. You make a Flint with a black beret with shotgun shells somewhere. They can be on his belt. They don't have to be on a harness or anything. And a shotgun. And you've basically got Flint. Now you update the man and make him rad. But yeah, Flint isn't here just because he's my favorite Joe character. He can pretty much be inserted into any figure photography, which makes my number 1 pick very strange. He is simply there for just the pure artistry of action figures. So there's Flint at number 2. And at number 1, at least on my list, and let me know who number 1 is on yours, is Sir Gideon Heavensbrand from Mythic Legions. Again, he's just number 1 because of how incredible this figure is. Like I said, when I was talking about Blanca, how you just can't find a way to use him in many pictures, this guy's a knight. The only thing I have for this guy to go against, unless we get into tricky time travel shenanigans, is Maxilius the Harvester. But if you look at just all the crazy detail on this thing, like this is genuinely about the art of action figures. Like Brick was on last time, and we talked, he and I, just real quick aside about everything, there was somebody that said, I don't get why Mythic Legions is allowed to repaint and people don't go nuts, but Marvel Legends does it and people freak out. And, there's all these logical, all these points people are trying to make, when most every argument is actually based in emotion. They just use logic to try and make their emotion correct, right? So I think what I'm looking at when I look at this, when I look at a Mythic Legions figure, I'm looking at, I think I said cinema. And then when I look at a Marvel Legends figure, like I'm looking at Shawshank Redemption when I look at this figure, right? When I look at a Marvel Legends figure, I'm looking at a Disney Plus show. Like that's kind of the difference. Whether one is repainted, whether they're both repainted or not, I'm still looking at Shawshank when I look at a Mythic Legions figure, and I'm looking at some kind of Disney Plus forgettable series when I'm looking at Marvel Legends. I think that's the difference. But yeah, this guy, just for the pure art of action figures, for how cool the details are, for how good this guy looks in photos, it's going to be tough to beat Gideon, I think, for me anyway, this year. Dropped his shield. So let me know who's number one on your list, and let me know why as extra credit there. And we'll hold on. I gotta put a shield back on. That'll drive me crazy. And let's close out. Don't. Okay, so you guys will be entertained by that. All the stuff I was talking about having to use Tony the Tiger's tail to keep him balanced, he just fell instead of backwards. He fell forward. Fortunately, he didn't knock anything over, but the basketball fell off. Okay. Oops. There we go. Sorry, I was pushing buttons. Tony, you tool. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why Tony was number 5. Knocking everybody down. All right, we'll put him back over here. Now let's get into everybody's fave for the year. And recently I got David Lord. He is the co-creator. How about I've got Blanca in the way now. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Peter David? No, not Peter David. Good Lord. Peter Laird. Got it. Congrats, Anton. That's awesome. Star Master June said in an interview that he doesn't know if Jada will continue with season 1 of Edge Runners figs or jump to season 2. How can they do figs of season 2 before it's released? More season 1, please. Well, I would guess they have the art ready to go for season 2. Is there a date yet on when season 2 is supposed to premiere? See, Sci-Fi, Flint needs a raspberry beret, the kind you find in a second-hand store. False, Sci-Fi, false. Why you got to be against the Flint? There's a cool fanfic movie on YouTube where knights fight the Predator. Oh, that would be fun. Oh, by the way, Star, I don't remember. So I think it was, who was it showing this? It was either Robo or it was Displaying Model Behavior. There is a 52 Toys Predator being teased right now before they've gotten to the 52 Toys Alien, as far as I know. So I wanted to bring that up real quick now that Ironic threw out Predator there. Anton, yes. Bugs Bunny, Speedy, let's see. Speedy, Captain Caveman, Barney Rubble, not to mention practically the entire Looney Tunes cast. Yeah, I know of Mel Blanc's resume, man. That is awesome, Anton. I am jealous. That is a sweet autograph to have. Star, Haya Kaiju figs have about the same articulation as Marvel Legends. I could put some of those Haya Godzillas on that list. Oh, dear. Yeah, but they look so good, though, don't they, Star? Like the Haya ones are the ones that look incredible, aren't they? Star, I don't think so on that date. The season 2 trailer just says in production. Ag, that sucks. What? Oh, yes, sir. Spaded One, if Jada isn't doing the rest of the Edge Runners season 1 gang, then I'm out. Ugh. That's where Jada kind of painted themselves into a corner with trying to complete Street Fighter 2. Is now that's kind of the expectation. And if they can't just go, here's Edge Runners figures, guys. Hopefully they can't just complete everything if the line doesn't do well. But then again, I don't know how well Edge Runners is doing. But yeah, I mean, coming from my end, so I ran a commercial that, I mean, it's going to sound bad, but I got a lot of no's. And I was good with a lot of no's because what you want is you want to get like 100 responses, right? I didn't get anywhere near 100 responses, but I think if I kept that commercial running, I would have gotten there and I would have gotten some yeses. I just don't know how much it would have cost to keep it going. But basically what I'm saying is if that commercial started going so that it was costing me more money than the clients I was bringing in, the commercial's done. I can't do that anymore. I have to do something totally different. It's kind of the same, I'm sure, with Edge Runners if it's not doing that well. Sci-fi. I think that season 2 Predator is, or that 52 Predator is a female. Oh, okay. I did not notice. Star 52 Toys hates me. Where is that Predator? Where's the alien? They'll fix it, Star. They'll fix it. You'll be good to go. Don't worry. All right. So what else, guys? Who else has some figure that they want to chat about? Who else is firing off? I think most of you have, but if you haven't yet, let me know who your top figure is and why. Here I am. I'm losing pieces again. You know, it's just what I do. Gideon is just so good. Who has some Mythic Legions figures? And if you have them, do you have Gideon Heavensbrand? And if you don't, who's your favorite Mythic Legions figure that you do have in your collection? Star, Jada needs to still do Pilar, Dorio, and Kiwi. One of my favorite characters is Falco, but he's not part of the set team. He's a close friend who works with them when they need him. I still want them. I mean, I get it, Star. I do get it. I hope that they're able to pull it off. And if season 2, so here's what could happen. Because, I mean, thinking of it from a business perspective, if season 2 is just incredible and people go absolutely insane for season 2, and because of season 1, you're going to have the people that really want season 2. And so people that love season 1 might drag some people into season 2. And then if season 2 goes huge, where it kind of gets out into the pop sphere, so to speak, and people love season 2, then Jada is going to need to make the season 2 characters. And when they run out, they're going to need to figure out what else to do. Oh, wait, let's go back to season 1 and make some of those that we missed. So basically, we have to really hope that season 2 is awesome and gets out there to tons of people. Spaded, top figs of the year, In Art Batman, Mezco, Sparky, and Storm Arena, Ken and Ryu. Oh, man. You putz. I want that Sparky. I think, and Ken and Ryu look so good too. Man, I got a lot of thinking to do. I don't know. So you've talked about how great In Art Batman is. A lot of people have talked about how great In Art Batman is. And now the LPZZ or UPZZ Batman's out, and people are loving it. Like, it's a phenomenal time to be a Batman fan. I need to figure things out. I need to figure out where the priorities really are. Mr. Madsen, Headless Horseman is figure obscura. Does that count? Heck yeah, that counts. I love that figure. I wish when I'm not so into their figure obscura line, but the Headless Horseman, when he first came out, were I ready at that time to pull the trigger, I would have gotten that one. Like that one for sure. For whatever reason, I've always loved the Headless Horseman stuff. So yeah, man, that thing's awesome. You can go, yeah, anybody wants to go, it doesn't have to be Mythic Legions, go anything for Horseman and tell me what your fave is. Star, how about some Edge Runners, villains, and army builders? I mean, has Jada done? They haven't done any army builders, have they? Except for the little helmet guys that they did for Mega Man. I'm not sure. Now I'm trying to figure it out. I wonder if army building is their thing. I mean, if they got a license that allowed for army builders, like if Edge Runners had been super popular and they could really milk that license, they could have done some army builders with that. I think I saw, what is his name? Milk Mustache or something on YouTube. And he was talking, and I think he has a point. He was talking about how one of Jada's problems is that they don't have any huge properties that the world loves. Like Hasbro has Marvel, Mattel's going to have DC, Hasbro has Star Wars, like what properties out there could Jada get? Like Invincible, people love Invincible, but it didn't get out there. Like not everyone knows Invincible like they do Marvel and Star Wars and DC and probably Dragon Ball and all that stuff. What could Jada get, do you think, that maybe isn't out there yet that would be super popular that people would go nuts for? And we won't even worry about army builders in that question just yet. Let's see. Figure Obscura Frankenstein with all the props and accessories. That one looks really good too. You guys taught me something when I was talking about that. I was like, that doesn't look like a Frankenstein I know or anything. Like, where are the bolts sticking out? Why is he not green and everything? Everybody on here was basically like, Dave, that Frankenstein is from the actual Mary Shelley book. Like, oh, I don't read. Bad nerd. But yeah, I mean, he looks incredible. They kill it. What can I say? Star for villains. Just let's see, Atom Smasher. I can't wait. That Atom Smasher looks sweet. Spaded. Let's see. Malefish has Sparky for 205. Ooh. Ugh. All right, so what we're down to is me having to run some ads and send a lot of emails to get some clients. And at that point, we decorate the studio, we get some events happening, we buy more toys. So that's where I'm at. But, oh, man, it does look cool. Anton, I don't have a top action figure. I haven't been buying in a while, but I am very interested in the new Doctor Who figures that are coming out. But I'm very happy for everyone else. Who's making the new Doctor Who figures, Anton? Because I would definitely check those out just because you're on here all the time. Let's see. Straight Marvel Legends Dubon, but Legendary Barbarian and Maxilius are there also. Or Marvel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Madsen. I even wrote ML. And ML for me is still Marvel Legends. It's not Mythic Legions. I saw that Dubon yesterday. Actually, I was looking. I thought he looked sweet. Legendary Barbarian and Maxilius. Yeah, obviously I love Maxilius. I wasn't sure about Legendary Barbarian, but I think I've come around. I think I kind of need that thing. And he's not affiliated with any faction, so he's kind of a barbarian for hire, perhaps. Anton, let's see. So just remember, everybody, buy more toys, buy more action figures, buy more graphic novels, and always be safe and happy. You too, Anton. We are on it, and I appreciate you coming in with a reminder. Have a great night, sir. Spaded, Jada should do Pirates of Darkwater. Do you think that's big enough, though? Like, what's a huge license Jada could get? And I know part of their problem also seems to be distribution, but, yeah, I don't know. They almost need to... But I don't know, since they're such a car-centric company when it comes to diecast stuff, I was going to say they almost need to come out with their own property. But I'm not sure that's a good idea, at least just yet. Otherwise, they got to come out with something kind of big. And I think that'll help them in a huge way. But I just don't know what that is. Sci-fi figure Obscura Ganesha. I need to learn pronunciations. I think it's Ganesha, right? Is pretty good. My fave is Belualith. Oh, she's cool. Necronomus's daughter that has her own skeleton zoo army. Yeah, isn't she the one, like, she should have the Toypixx with her? Yeah, I'm considering, I want to add, before I have the pile of loot shipped to me, I want to add another Mythic Legions figure. And I don't know, I'm considering her. Who else was I looking at just the other day that I thought was really cool? I don't know. I'm looking at a lot of Legions, but she's definitely in the running for one of them. I think because I like Gideon so much, I've really been looking at Bishop quite a bit, but that's $80. So that's a little tougher to justify, but we'll see. I need to add Galvatron to the pile of loot, and I want to add another Mythic Legions figure, and that'll be 12 items in my pile of loot. I think I've got just under, what is it? I think I've got around somewhere between 30 and 35 days to ship it. So I got to make some decisions kind of quick. Ironic, I still want to get the Jersey Devil. That looks good too. That does look good. I'm trying so hard not to branch out into the other stuff because I know the wallet. The wallet is angry. Mr. Stabby is not a happy guy. Sci-fi, I've been collecting all of the figures that have the giant sigil on their shields. Ah, and who is that? So obviously that's Gideon. Let's see. So the Silver Knight has the Four Horsemen logo on it. I'm trying to figure who else. Like, I'm thinking knights for the most part, right? What about, oh my gosh, Elijah. Does Elijah have one of those big symbols? Star, maybe Jada licenses aren't huge, but fans of them are still very devoted. Edge runners are a fixture for me. Also, let's see, on board for Invincible, Scooby-Doo, and an occasional fig here and there. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Star. I just don't know. I want them to be more on the map, I guess. And in order to get them more on the map, they need to get a bigger license. But again, distribution might be a problem with a bigger license. So I don't know. I don't know all the back end when it comes to Jada, which is a bad thing to say when we were talking about colonoscopies earlier. Ironic, I'm hoping we get for Zeta's version of the Mothman. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Jada could do more games. Killer Instinct. I don't know what Killer Instinct is. Oh, God. My bad, guys. They could start adding some MVC, though. They could start bringing in some Capcom figures, like Strider. I would go nuts for a Strider, but that wouldn't be that big thing that got everybody's attention, though it would have crossover appeal with the Marvel Legends crowd out there. That's an idea. Spaded. Let's see. Huge license, Ronald McDonald and the gang. Aw, I don't know, man. I don't know that that's going to work. Huge license, all the Huts. Star, I think I preferred Jada to do video game figs more so than animation. More material to mine in that category. But what game? So they could do, what are the huge games? Like, I would love it. I mean, 10 years ago, if Jada were doing what Jada is today and they had the Halo license, I think that would have put them on the map in a big way. What today, though? Ghost Recon? I mean, I don't know video games today. So what's like a super popular game? Obviously, Fortnite just has everybody in there, so you're probably not going to get a Fortnite game unless, you know what, actually, maybe that's it. Although Fortnite figures didn't do well. Like what I was going to say is you can't have one company make a Fortnite Batman and a Fortnite Wolverine or whatever, right? Yeah, what are some huge video games today, guys? Help me out. Oops, sorry about that. Spaded, Migo did a bunch of let's see, McDonald's figs way back. Star, I want Jada to do, let's see, Deus Ex, Assault Suit, Lanos, Punch-Out, StarCraft, SC2, Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead R2, Xenophobe, Dragon's Lair, Syndicate Wars, Rampage, the list goes on. I mean, what's got the biggest following? That's what we need. You know what would be cool is if Jada swiped the Mario license from, who's got it right now? Jazzwares? Is that right? Like get a Nintendo license and then go nuts. Or a Sonic. Like just from a nostalgic perspective. Oh my God, Jersey Devil, yes, I need that one. Miss Cogsmith, do it. I think, do they still have it up? I don't know. Also, Jada should get Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Ooh, see, now there might be a line. Like, people would argue that didn't do well. I think the reason it didn't do well is Hasbro kind of dropped the ball when it came to the quality of the figures, it sounded like to me. And they didn't complete teams. I think that's kind of a big problem with Hasbro across the board. But yeah, maybe that's what's up. Maybe Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is something if Jada could get a hold of. They could say, we're doing the collector toys. Playmates, you keep doing whatever that is you're doing. Sci-fi leaders of both good and evil, Royal Guard and Royalty, along with knights, carry the giant sigils. Really? Is it sigil or sigil? It might be sigil. I gotta look these things up, don't I? I'm gonna have to look up a lot of Mythic Legions. I kind of want the entire Necronominous wave. Jada and Halo Absolute Gold. See, I would love it. But is Halo popular enough today to like warrant, like, would it get out there big enough, you know? I don't know if it would. Ironic, Baldur's Gate 3. That's one that's popular today. Like anything super popular, if Jada could get a hold of it, that would be sweet. Hasbro does Fortnite. Bobby is going to do Call of Duty. Oh, man. Call of Duty, I think, is what I was thinking when I said Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon is Call of Duty, right? Or am I way? Is it Call of Duty Ghost Recon, or is Ghost Recon its own thing? See? Bad nerd. I have not played video games since Halo 3. That's why I'm sitting here going, I have no idea, guys. Spaded, hear me out. Jada Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I mean, all these ideas are awesome. I just don't know that there's quite enough people that would dig it. Miss Cox Smith, fear and hunger figures, but some might not be at all safe for general audiences. Ah, that'd make it tough too. I don't think I've heard of that one. Star, Jada Mass Effect, Star Citizen, maybe get Warhammer 40K from McFarlane. Maybe Alien and Predator from NECA. Too much on that one? You know what? I don't think about 40K, but Warhammer seems to still be going pretty strong. That might be sweet. I don't know about the others. Alien and Predator, I mean, NECA's been doing Alien and Predator for so long, and a lot of, I don't know if they've got that scale locked down where it's between like 5 and 7 inches, or I don't know. I wish I knew the contracts. I would think that Jada, I don't know actually, Star. When I'm thinking about Predator and Alien, do you think they can get that ultra realistic? I mean, they seem to thrive on a more video game / cartoony look. I mean, I don't want to throw anything at them and say they couldn't pull it off. We've never seen them attempt to pull it off, except the Universal Monster stuff, and that was before they got really good. Do you guys think that they could do a great job with figures that looked more lifelike? Jada TikTok. Jada Cubert. That's right. We're throwing Cubert in there. Jada Pac-Man. Jada Space Invaders? No Jada Space Invaders. I don't even know how you would do a Space Invaders line. Star, if only one, StarCraft 1 and 2. Deus Ex Games, a close second. Sci-Fi, you have until this Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. to pre-order Otho and Urzok figures together or separately, as many as you want, $55 each. Ladies and gentlemen, I did that. I am stoked. I can't wait till they get here, but here's what I'm going to need Mythic Legions to do. Here's what I need from the Four Horsemen. They're gonna, because I didn't really notice this with Urzok, they gotta make hands for that knight. Like he's only, or for that, what is he? Orc. Haha, got it. But he's only got 2 hands. He needs more hands. Make hands. I bought your knight hands pack. I am not against action figure companies not giving tons of hands to figures as long as they give out hand packs. And you guys do it. So give me some hands for Urzok. Spaded Jada Gauntlet would be a good excuse to get fantasy figs out of them. Gauntlet. I should know Gauntlet, shouldn't I? Miss Cogsmith, Predator and Alien can go somewhere else by now. NECA is still dragging their tail on unreleased lines and figures, so let any other fabulous company take the reins. What do you guys think of NECA right now? And I don't mean any kind of rumors or anything. Like when I go to the store, they're not putting up new NECA stuff. Like they didn't put up any NECA stuff for the last haulathon at the one that's at my Target. Or at my Target that's right next door. So I don't even know. I don't know. Like, what do you guys, my fear is that NECA isn't taking enough steps forward to, like, they've got the paint down, they've got the sculpts down. Duh, perfect, right? But they're not making steps or taking steps forward to do better articulation when all these other companies are putting out such great stuff with great paint, great accessories, and great articulation. I guess, is NECA kind of is it becoming too much of a cult brand and not releasing enough stuff? Like, are you guys seeing a lot of new stuff basically from NECA? Because I'm not. And so that's kind of what I'm wondering. Like, are you at all concerned about the health of NECA? Spaded, Jada should do Dick Tracy. I think they'd nail that. They would nail that. That would be perfect, actually. What are some comic licenses that are popular that maybe Dick Tracy's a good call. It's just I don't know that too many people know Dick Tracy anymore, but they would crush that look. Oops. Sci-Fi Dave, they already have human, let's see, and orc hand packs for sale. I knew they had, okay, so orc hand packs. But do they have, so the orcs have the green hands, right? But do they have that kind of, because he's wearing armor on his hands, or like a glove or something. Do they have those hands? Or would I be relegated to getting green hands? Star for animation, Jada Akira, Space Ghost, Thundar the Barbarian, Heavy Metal, Danger Mouse, Wizards, Rankin Bass, The Hobbit. Yeah, I think they could go for that for sure. I think, honestly, Akira, you know what? What are huge? Gundam is still kind of huge, isn't it? What if they made a line of Gundam human figures? Would that sell? Or is Gundam the whole thing with Gundam is the Gundams themselves? Like, do you guys think a Gundam figure line would sell? Akira, I think, would be a really cool like specialty line to do, and it's got a pretty insane following. So Akira might be a great idea. I don't know about the others. Like Space Ghost, I think they should just do a one-off Space Ghost for sure, because so many people, when we have these chats, bring them up. I want Jada Toys to do a Dragon's Lair wave. Ooh, that would be interesting. I wonder, any kind of animated looking thing Jada would do really well with. Sorry, this is clearly me thinking. Me looking up is I don't know. We got to come up with something though. I want Jada to keep killing it. I wonder if Jada could do Robotech, or would Harmony Gold start kicking and screaming? It sounds like, so have you guys seen the Toy Galaxy, or what is it now? It's not Toy Galaxy anymore. Secret Galaxy. Have you seen like the whole thing about all that stuff with Robotech? Like, I would not want to mess with that license for anything, which sucks because those designs are amazing. But yeah, if you haven't yet, check out all the Secret Galaxy stuff when it comes to Harmony Gold and everybody else that's ever touched the Robotech license. It is crazy. Sci-Fi, they also have night hands. You may want, let's see, both packs depending on what kind of shots you want. I do have the night hands. That's how I've got actually, when we went to MuskyCon Sci-Fi, I picked up the night hands. So yeah, that's why Gideon here has a fist, and I think why he has that open hand as well. But yeah, I'm good on night hands, although I might need another pack or two of those. I didn't know that they had, let's see, like I wonder, I want like the armored Urzok hands, but if I can't get them, I will totally look for regular orc hands for sure. Windforce, good to see you on here, man. Thanks for popping in. So this is kind of out of nowhere and doubt it's high in demand, but would love to see a Jack and Dexter line. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I don't know Jack and Daxter. I don't know that one. Why don't I know these things? I am terrible at knowing things. Windforce, in case I haven't brought it up enough on X, I'm a terrible nerd. What's anybody else think about that one? And Sci-Fi, where can I find orc hands? Like, are they on a website? Are they available still anywhere? Star, I can't help but wonder how Jada would fare with a Star Wars license. Not that it would ever happen. Jada, you know what? Jada could do. Jada could do an animated Clone Wars. What? Okay, so because there it is, guys. Now they would need insane distribution, and Hasbro would never in a zillion years let it fly. But imagine Jada doing Clone Wars in the animation style. That would be amazing. I would load up on that line. I would get them all. Win for her. So it's a game. It was my first PS2 game, actually. No worries, man. No worries. It sounded familiar, but I couldn't place why. See, Sci-Fi, Jak and Daxter, along with Ratchet and Clank. That one, see, that one sounds familiar too, but I can't picture either one. Let's see, 2D Clone Wars figs. That would be sick. Yeah, man. Oh, and Jada could do those wonderfully. I mean, Hasbro. Oh man, I wish I hadn't thought of that. Why you gotta throw Star Wars out there, Star? That would be. I would love it if they did that. Jada, Star Wars, the entire cast of everybody. I wouldn't even mind. You know what? They could do the animated look. So they could do the Clone Wars, like from the animated series, right? They could do Rebels, and they could, I don't care, they could do in that same style. They could do Han, Luke, Leia. They could build out the original trilogy in that style, and I would be over the moon. I would load up on that line. That would be so much fun. Like right now, I'll take Moff for my realistic Star Wars, but I would go crazy for a Jada Clone Wars line. What's up, Skew? Did we break something? Let's see. I wish Jada would do Invader Zim. Ooh, that'd be fun too. I do remember Invader Zim. Yes. Let's see. I've been craving that lately, actually. Oh man. Oh, that would be good. Oh, there's so much. Oh, Star. You put Jada Clone Wars in my head, and now I'm sad because I know it won't happen. Oh man, that would be that line would play to their strengths and have enough mass appeal to get their name out there in a big way. And Hasbro would never let it happen. Dear Lucasfilm, this is insane. We're not even going to let Jada know the plan. We're all going to get a hold of Lucasfilm and say, hey, check it out. Hasbro's got the realistic stuff. Let Jada handle the animated, will you? I would go crazy for a Clone Wars Yoda. Like, oh man. All of them. All of them. I don't even know what to say at this point anymore. Woo! We might go a little longer since I don't have to, well, I mean, I have to get up, but I'm kind of excited. It's kind of a good night. Why don't we try? Let's see how long this goes. I will close this out at 9. If we've got people that are still willing to chat, let's keep it going. It's a good night to talk toys. Let's see. NECA fell out of favor with me when they didn't finish the last 3 Gargoyles figures that included can't say that, and Coldstone. All I want from them now are a few select aliens and predators, and I'm done. Ugh. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to burn some incense and call out to Master June. Maybe he'll hear me. Do it, Star. Do it. It's the only company I care to see 112 Star Wars from is Mezco. See, if Mezco started cranking out some 112 Star Wars, man, see, my only problem with Mezco when it comes to that kind of license is they don't work so much on trying to get the likenesses accurate. I mean, they killed it with Christian Bale, and they did pretty well with the Joker, so maybe they're working on that. But that would be my problem with Mezco. Otherwise, I would go absolutely nuts if they did a Star Wars line. That is probably the one license. Like, because right now I'm thinking Rumble Society for Mezco, probably where I'd go. But if they started going crazy with Star Wars figures, I would go crazy as well. Ooh, we're jumping now. Let's see. NECA absolutely sucks. They get no more of my money. Ouch. Ugh. Star Jada Battlestar Galactica might be interesting. It might be. It might be. Is it big enough though? Like that? Oh man, when we were thinking Clone Wars and Jada Star, oh, that would just put them on the map. I don't know that Battlestar Galactica would do it. Maybe Wednesday figures. Let's see. In art, Star Wars one. Yes, I would do it. I would take it. Spaded one. I just want to see a soft goods Star Wars line. These plastic toys aren't cutting it anymore. Oh boy. See, I don't know. I think Mofex is about to surprise us, but maybe not. Star Spaded one right there with you on NECA school. Oh, jeez. See, I don't mean for NECA hate. I just mean, what do you guys think of the health of the company? But I think if that's any indication, you're guessing, I mean, at least they're not going to be healthy because of you. But no, that's where more my curiosity is I'm just not seeing new NECA stuff on the shelf. And I'm not seeing a lot of announcements. I'm not seeing any kind of crazy excitement for it. And it used to be people were going nuts for NECA. Like I love Mirage stuff, but with so much great turtle stuff coming out with great articulation, I'm kind of like, well, like I'm not burned out on it. I'm just not as excited about it as I was. And that kind of bums me out. I love the Mirage stuff. Okay, anybody else out there have some great figures that they want to see done? Or, well, not done. Anybody, what's your favorite figure of 2025 so far? Let me know. Skew, what do you got? Let's see, NECA took the esteemed peeps off. Well, several with the sewer playset debacle. Oh yeah, I do remember that. And then they try to there are some things like I'll catch Mad Hatter once in a while talking about that stuff, and it does make you wonder who's running the business side of things over there. Star, do you guys think that the classic 80s IPs are fading? Yes. Yes, I do. I do. I think we need to start looking to the 90s a little more. I think one thing that probably would do well if we're going to 90s, because we're in that nostalgic era at this point, I think maybe Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, those kinds of things. Yeah, I think that's why we're seeing so many great figures done of so much 80s stuff. Like, truly, I don't see Hasbro or Takara Tomy ever doing a better Megatron than this. I don't see an Optimus Prime being much better than the Studio Series one. I think they're basically getting the best stuff made now because they see that maybe the 80s stuff isn't going to do so well. I think Star Wars would still do well just because so many of us are starved for it, but I can't guarantee it, Spaded, let's see, the haha so random collector that NECA was courting is dying out. Things are too expensive to buy another Golden Girl. That could be too. It could be that maybe NECA is just niche. It could be a combination of two things. It could be that their offerings are too niche and turtle excitement isn't what it used to be. And so they were banking on turtles, and that's maybe just not doing as well as it used to be. Let's see. So far, Rom the Space Knight. Nice, Skew. Nice. Everybody talks about that thing being cool. Spaded. My hatred for NECA was cemented when I sold my collection and realized how much it was to swap everything back to original compared to almost every other company. Oh, really? How much work it was, huh? Well, I understand that. Spaded. See, no company makes a harder wrist swap than NECA. Now that's fair. They do. I have to say, their turtles aren't bad, at least the Mirage turtles. But I know a lot of people have had horror stories about that. Paul, thanks for keeping Skew in, man. Appreciate it. Skew, let's see. Let Dave and us have Jada Looney Tunes. Yes. See, but I wonder, I do think the 80s properties are kind of like the old school stuff is kind of dying out a little bit and the reinventions aren't always working. So I would love Looney Tunes. I would go crazy for Looney Tunes, but I don't know that that's gonna happen. Star, I thought that NECA doing the Golden Girls was last gasp or death rattle. What were they thinking? I did wonder about the Golden Girls. I think we talked about it on here where it was kind of like, how many people are really like, I don't want to be that guy that sits there and says, who asked for this? But how many people do you think, how many Golden Girls fans out there are also action figure collectors? Like, do you think that there was enough crossover? And I don't have the numbers. Obviously, you do market research to try and figure that stuff out. But in my head, that one just doesn't make sense. Mr. Matson, when I got back from my trip, I had 2 Snake Armors, Slice and Dice, Fury Toys, Sun Wukong, both versions, Saints and Sinners graphic novel, and Brides of Dracula graphic novel waiting. Holy crap, Mr. Matson. That's quite the haul, at least, man. 2 Snake Armors, Slice and Dice. I let my Slice and Dice pre-order go, gang. I kept thinking about it, and I'm gonna get a lot less GI Joe, I think. I think what I'm doing is not rewarding Hasbro so much for stuff unless they start making their figures with a lot of extra hands. But those Slice and Dice figures did look really good. But it got to a point for me where there are very few, like they were kind of on the cusp of should I get them anyway. Rogue, I must get for sure, the Mofex Rogue. But things on the cusp, what's most important for me right now is to be able to advertise and build the business. So if it's a figure that's kind of on the cusp, I let them drop. But then I've been seeing reviews, and maybe I shouldn't have let them drop. I think they look amazing. Desert Scorpions are on the way, man. Those look so good too. Hasbro, I mean, Lenny and the crew kills it. They kill it every time. I wish, like, if they would do hand packs, I would be in on G.I. Joe like you wouldn't believe. Star, NECA or McFarlane, which is better to decorate the bottom of your trash can? Oh, Star, why? We try to be super nice, McFarlane. Skew, great. Let's see, Gratz, Matthew, heck of a haul there. Yep, complete awesomeness, Skew. You are not wrong, Spaded. I want to see Jada give, let's see, 80 slashers, the same treatment as the Universal Monsters. See, Jada could, I think, what properties do you think Jada could lean into their strengths with as far as, like, and again, I don't want to judge them. They haven't really tried, so I can't say they can't do it. But you look at Sagat, that's not necessarily a realistic face, right? Like, what properties do you think Jada could jump in and kind of cartoonify and just make them awesome? Like, there's got to be some stuff out there that we're thinking, okay, that would be cool. Mr. Matson, the Snake Armors are awesome. They look incredible, man. Like, there's no denying that those things look sweet. Star, the Golden Girls by NECA with real hip-breaking action. A few years ago, I would say that joke would make a whole lot more sense. It still makes sense based on, the age of the Golden Girls. But way back when, they might have actually legit broken their hips. Skew, Frazetta Conan just arrived. Can't see him yet, but he and Red Sonja boss fight are tied for second. Can't say him yet. Okay. Ooh, that's not bad, Skew. Man, that boss fight Red Sonja, everybody was talking about her. There's so much I need to check out. Spaded Star. NECA beats McFarlane. At least they look nice, and some of them even have pinless technology. Bonus. Yeah, I do have to give NECA over McFarlane for sure. Slice and Dice have multiple heads and hands with a lot of weapons. I know. They look incredible. Spaded, true. They do look great from across the room. Snap away, snakes. Yeah, they're going to look good under those lights and in front of that lens, Mr. Matson. Spaded still pumping out single jointed turtles in 2025 should be outlawed. I do agree with that. For sure. I want Jada Killer Clowns from outer space. That would be amazing, Star. Oh, they would knock them out of the park. Skew Star, Deadpool approved. Sophia will curse you in Sicilian. Nobody likes that. Spaded one, Jada should do live action properties that got cartoons. Chuck Norris, Rambo, RoboCop, etc. Oh, ooh. RoboCop has kind of one of those cult followings right now. A Jada RoboCop cartoon line might be interesting. See, Maurice, good to see you, man. Deluxe in-art Batman, Hellcat Gandalf. Let's see, Kraken Studio, Walking Dead, Rick Grimes. Man, everybody. So this is the first I've heard of the last two. I mean, as far as talking to people about what their faves are. But man, people are going crazy for that in-art Batman. I have got to check that thing out. I think it's gotten to that point. That or the LPZZ or both, just to compare. Does anybody have both of them yet? Skew out, cursed out. My NECA aliens all had real hip-breaking action too. Well, you know, they got really long legs and they age really fast. I mean, aliens, they go from like a little seed to full grown in like a day. See, Joy Toy Turtles. Those look incredible. If I were getting 1/18th scale, I would go nuts for the Joy Toy Turtles. And what is it? I think Haya makes the G.I. Joe figures that are 1/18th. I would go nuts for both of those lines for sure. I think they look amazing, man. Nice pickups. Skew Spaded one. No more single joints. Oh, Jada Karate Kid. That's an active property that's popular. That might be a good call. Ooh. Yeah, that might work out. I don't know. Even that show is over with, though, isn't it? Skew, Haya's doing Walking Dead, Negan, and Daryl. Man, oh man. There's so much good stuff out right now. You can't even keep up. Like, we'll talk about something, and you guys will be here saying, yeah, Dave, we talked about that a couple months ago. I'm going, really? We did? Because I got nothing. Yeah, this is just a great year. Like, I don't know, every year for action figures seems to get better and better. And the companies are just bringing it. Like, at this point, any company that isn't evolving is going to get left in the dust very quickly. So hopefully NECA starts evolving a little bit more. Hopefully Hasbro starts evolving a little more. I've kind of lost all hope on McFarlane Toys evolving anymore. Yeah, Mattel needs to evolve. I know they pulled off one of the greatest, to me, marketing scams in history. And I know I talked about this before, but they talk about how the Masters, the Motu figures, you can switch out their bodies and all that and make different characters and everything. Yeah, that's how they get around doing ball peg waists. Like, I'm sure that's it. Because nobody actually does that. When I look online and I see Motu figures, people aren't swapping them out and making new characters or anything like that. That was just Mattel saying, hey, how do we sell this so that people think it's a benefit instead of a minus? And then that's how you got the Motu cartoon collection. But there's 7-inch stuff. That should have ball peg waist. So yeah, maybe Mattel needs to advance as well. But truly, NECA, Hasbro, Mattel, McFarlane. These companies are going to get left in the dust. Super 7's already pretty much been left in the dust. And hopefully they all start to evolve a little bit, or we're just not going to get figures from those huge properties until Disney decides, hey, maybe we should give this to Jada. Star, I've got several of the Joy Toy Infinity figs. If Jada did 1/12 Infinity, tears of joy will flow. Infinity figs. I should know those. Still waiting for someone to do 3 ninjas. Spaded one. You know what? I'm waiting for somebody to do 3 amigos. but that's an 80s property that ain't happening, I'm sure. See, look, I actually got that one. Go me. Star, what? You mean that you once had hope in McFarlane? Oh, Dave. Well, I was hoping that because they had the DC license, they'd feel the need to really progress, and that wasn't a thing. And way back when they first started, they were the top of the heap. Skew, Toddfather is going off at the end. Batman Returns, best he can do. Better too late, but better. Yeah, he is going crazy. I mean, he's releasing some cool stuff, cool looking stuff right now. Let's see, Star 91, Spidey, Venom, Spawn, Have My Hope Still, the art. Ah, yes. Like the statues, maybe he'll do okay. Let's see, Jada doing the 5 deadly Venoms. Yes. I don't know that either. Spaded, Jada should get basically every license that Super 7 had. You know what? That's probably a really good call. Give Jada Thundercats. Give Jada Silverhawks. The only problem is, I do think the 80s properties are starting to kind of go the way of the dodo. Like the rest of us, people our age probably don't necessarily, for the most part, they're either just going to collect forever or they're kind of phasing out. And then other people don't have that attachment. So that's what I mean by companies aren't reinventing well enough so that others aren't jumping on the bandwagon, you know? Excuse, Star, dopeness, Wu-Tang. That would be Jada doing Wu-Tang. Excuse, Spaded One, facts, it'll sell. Oh man, Silverhawks, Thundercats are the ones I'm thinking of right now for the most part. I still want to know if Jada is going to try and do a mystery machine. I think that would be sweet. Star, Skew, your dedication to hope are extraordinary. Stay strong, my friend. Facts. Skew keeps us all happy. We all are a little brighter because Skew is in our lives. The man radiates hope. He's like Superman, really. Skew, part of it is phasing out because they waste the license with limited articulation, etc. Well, I don't know necessarily. Part of it's phasing out, yes, from the toy perspective, but the media isn't doing it any favors either. Like usually, if the media is awesome, that's what's going to drive the toy sales, even if the toys are kind of subpar. When the media is not awesome, then the toys aren't selling, even if they're amazing toys. There aren't that many of us that are really into it for the toys out there. Spaded One, there's also no real 6-inch Resident Evil line as far as I can tell. Get on that, Jada. It said, is Resident Evil, who makes that one? Like when it comes to video games anyway, June did say that Capcom pretty much gave him carte blanche to do anything. That's why I keep wondering if they're going to jump on the whole Marvel versus Capcom bandwagon and really start to fill out that Capcom roster. But I do not know. I'm ultra professional as I drink my Dr. Pepper while on live stream. What are we at? Ooh, 8:57. We've gone a bit. You know what, guys? I think an hour and a half is about right for me. Not saying that I don't like to keep them going, but my throat, like my voice actually started going a little bit there. So I'm glad I have the Dr. Pepper here. Maybe NECA and McFarlane can switch to model kits since they're practically there already. They do come in pieces. You know, I've wondered for a while, actually, because with costs going up as they are, I have kind of wondered if these companies should start just releasing the figures in a bot. Well, no, because then they don't come out as action figures. People think they're games or whatever. But my thought has been, instead of just releasing Sagat like this, release him so we can put them together to save a little bit money so they don't have to pay the factory to put the figure together, right? I've wondered for a while if that's something that companies could start to do, just because they know that they're not selling as much because prices have to go up. The only thing I can think of to make them cheaper, unless you're Bobby Valla, is to kind of release them in all action figures in kind of a model kit format. Skew, yeah, they gotta leave up the shows on streaming too. We watched G.I. Joe and Duke being kidnapped as a meme was pointed out. Told them about the permanent dance battle. We need that dance battle. I need to make that happen. You know what? Grok can make things like this happen. So maybe what I should do is put Flint and Duke in some kind of dance battle pose and see what Grok comes out with for an animation. Spaded. Oh, and TMNT tournament fighters. If you really want my money, I completely forgot about tournament fighters and I had that. Oh, that would be sweet. Video games seem to be the way to go. Now that you say that, I'm surprised that nobody has jumped on to tournament fighters. Oh, that'd be so good. Star, that's how Yellow Park is doing Transformers figs. Seems to be working for them. That's yeah, exactly. But I'm wondering, Star, would we, as like a toy collecting community, so to speak, would we be okay with that? Like, I don't know that people would. I would. I would sit here and order these figures and put them together, but I would want them painted at least because I'm going to suck at that part. But would other people? Skew, there's still licenses to wow us. That's facts. Redo some too. Voltron. Voltron. Oh, you know what would be awesome? And nobody will ever do this. I would love a 1/12 scale Voltron. Like, come with the pilots, release the pilots, and then release just a huge Voltron. That would be, how big is Voltron supposed to be? Like, would he fit in this room? I'm looking, I think I've got 8-foot ceilings in here. Oh, man. Yeah, the voice is really having problems right now. Hang on. I did not think this was a thing. I would hear people talk about it and I'd be like, no, voices aren't really going. No, it's apparently a thing. Probably should have water instead of Diet Dr. Pepper sitting with me. Let's see, model kits rule nowadays. The Bandai Star Wars Stormtrooper model kits are every bit as good or better than Black Series. I mean, I'd be in. Like I said, G.I. Joe meets Step Up. Interesting, if nothing else. We need it. Now we need this dance battle. I got to figure out a way to pull this off. Spaded, the Moto King Batman Tumbler is straight up the best 1/12 option for that vehicle. Moto King, man, I want them so badly to make the 89 Batmobile. I do want that Tumbler. I think that thing is sweet. And I don't usually like the Tumbler, but I can see Batman needing, like if he knows he's going to be on the highway forever, he needs a vehicle like the 89 Batmobile. If he knows he's going to go into a rough part of town that's all beat up as far as sidewalks and street and everything, he's going to need something like the Tumbler. Like, I can see the utility of all these kinds of figures or all these kinds of vehicles. Star, Jada doing the Guyver, I'd buy that immediately. Who did the Guyver figure that I think LBZ was talking about how good that figure was last year? Was it Figma? I can't remember who did that one. Skew, time Voltron 1/12 with Henry Oh, I forgot. Have you guys heard anything about that? Is that supposed to be good? Or rumors or anything? The Moto King Tumbler knockoff also includes the bike. It's a gnarly kit. I might need to look into this a little more. Figma Guyver. That's what I thought. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I know we looked at the Tumbler a while back, and it looks so good. Spaded, the Moto King Tumbler also has the bike. Whoop, yep. Gnarly, do you think that the Batmobile was a hybrid? Like a hybrid, what do you mean? The 89 or the Tumbler? Like the 89 basically did, it just had the cover. And then it also had the rocket kind of in the middle. That wasn't the 89 though, that was Returns. I don't know, like the Tumbler could do both, but I think you would just get more speed out of the 89, like more top speed if Batman were going to be on decent roads and he needed to get somewhere fast. I think he takes the 89. All of the new Doc Knock and Yeti is fire, man. Yeah. That Doc Knock looks so good. I watched the Amazing's review twice now. I think I need the original Doc Knock first though. Like I'm not the biggest fan of variants, but yeah, that Yeti Doc Knock looks really cool. Tumbler was electric? What? Oh, a hybrid. You're talking, oh, I'm sorry, Star. I thought you meant, was it like, could it do fast and could it do climbing and could it do all these things? Let's see. At the time it was being developed, Wayne Tech, I would say they might have tried, but it wouldn't have made sense with the military application they were trying to do. At the time, I believe most of the military operations would have been happening in the desert. The desert has much oil and maybe not, I don't know about electric charging stations. So I would guess the Tumbler itself was not a hybrid. The 89 Batmobile definitely wasn't a hybrid, but if it were made today, I don't know. It would depend. It would depend on what Wayne Tech could pull off with that one. Sci-fi Transformers and Motu crossover figures. I don't know about that one. That one throws me off. I mean, the Optimus Prime He-Man really looks like I think displaying, like Dave on Displaying Model Behavior said, He-Man looks like he's cosplaying as Optimus Prime. He said he's down for that. He thinks it looks really cool. I'm less so. I'm less so, but I like that they're really trying things. Like I respect really trying to go out there and see what they could come up with. I almost like G1 is my focus with Transformers and the Primes. I kind of want to get the Hot Wheels Transformers because I like that crossover. To me makes so much sense that I should pick those up. But some of those crossovers, like I said, He-Man and Transformers, it throws me off, but it's so cool that they're trying that, I think is where I'm at. Because you try more stuff like that, you're going to hit on something that's amazing that no one else thought of. So I do respect the crap out of Mattel for that. And Hasbro, I guess. Star, I'm still back and forth on the loose collector Bigfoot, Yeti, and that other guy. Yeah, are you back and forth as in which one you're getting or if you're getting it at all? Spaded, dude, Doc Knock is easily my favorite original character from any of these companies. Such a cool character, and every variant looks so dang cool. I looked him up on eBay. His prices aren't too crazy yet either, but I would want his vehicle. And has that vehicle come out yet? Like, did it even go up for order? Oops. Whoa, we're jumping all over. Let's see here. Hang on. Yep, okay, I'm in the right spot. If you get Doc Knock, Dave, get the Toad Butler and car too. Have to get a 112 Doc Knock Lair custom too. They made one for the 5-inch versions. Man, I forgot about the Toad guy, and I think he's awesome. Yeah. Ugh. The hard part about collecting for me right now is trying to play catch up at the same time as trying to get 2025 stuff. Like it's a good plan to try and get the stuff that you want to catch up with before the prices go too crazy. But on the other hand, it gets really pricey in a hurry. So again, I just need way more clients. But I would go back and I would for sure get Doc Knock and the vehicle. And I might, Woodford was the frog, right? I might go back for Woodford. See, sci-fi skookum. Okay. See, I couldn't help but think that He-Man Optimus fig was desperation. 80s fading fast, seemingly. I mean, I don't know about desperation. I think they're trying things. And again, I respect the crap out of them for trying stuff that seemingly doesn't make any sense. Because again, they will hit on something. Like there was a time, ladies and gentlemen, when chocolate and peanut butter didn't go together because nobody thought of that. And then somebody thought of it and it was amazing. And today we have Reese's Cups. So I'm thinking if Mattel keeps trying this stuff, if they have the budget and the time, they will hit on something absolutely amazing. And that's where the respect is. Like personally, I don't need Motu and Transformers crossover. But they will find something if they keep trying it, and it'll be really cool. Spaded, Skew, Woodford is another really cool figure. Who else but Mezco would put out something like that? That is true, Spaded One, for sure. Skew, Loose Collector Cthulhu is toddler size and ready to carpool. Ah, I think Siri thought I was talking to her. And ready to carpool with Beathir. That thing does look, it's going to be a massive figure when it comes out. Oh, cheer. Yep. Star. If I'm getting all three, let's see, I can't get just one, like trying to buy a Dorito. Imagine that's when prices are really going insane, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's going to be on the side of the road selling a Dorito for a quarter. Watch out. That is when the apocalypse is coming. Skew, the crossovers are cool. Yeah, I love that they're trying them. I can't wait till they find the one that just kills it. I thought the Motu Turtles crossover looked really cool, actually. I just didn't get into them because there's so many exclusives. I just decided I didn't want that fight. Sci-fi, I wasn't trying to ignite NECA hate earlier, but I thought along gasoline, but I brought along gasoline and s'mores. I mean, I'm good with that. Everybody loves s'mores. Star, Mondo He-Man absolutely has my attention, and I'm not even a fan. Yeah, it looks incredible. I mean, that He-Man and Clawful, I can't even. They're amazing looking figures. I don't know that I could spend that much for those figures because they're kind of like slice and dice. They're really cool, but as far as character, they're on the cusp for me. So they don't take priority like Rogue does, Rogue and Jubilee and Robin, all those figures. Those just take priority over well, He-Man for me. Spaded One, I'm really interested in seeing Jada get around to the Mystery Machine. They got a history with small vehicles. They'd probably cook up something special. Not only that, but yeah, they made what was it? Was it a 1/32nd Mystery Machine? Like they have made a decent sized Mystery Machine in the past. See, I got that one too. I'm getting good at this whole internet thing. I've only been live streaming for a few years now. Skew, Mondo did the thing with that Motu 1/12. Yeah, they definitely did a thing. They did the thing. That it looks great. I mean, I can't be mad at it because Motu isn't something that I'm way into, and it's not going to sell like crazy, and that because Mattel's making Motu figures, that that they kind of, Mondo probably had to pay a little bit of a licensing fee there. Between that licensing fee, between the cost of everything going up, between the cost of tariffs, I mean, they wanted to keep, if I recall correctly, they wanted to keep the price of those Motu figures below $100. And with everything that's been going on, that just didn't happen. Star, Jada's cars are so nice. I wish they do military vehicles. They do that, and Jada has me all over again. That would be sweet. I kind of want to get something that Ace is working on, like Ramen Toy. I think that'd be really cool. The Musk, by the way, it looks like the Musk will be released around December. I can't wait for that. I need that thing for photos. See, Scrappy and Scooby D and Scooby Dum with the Mystery Machine, Globetrotters, and their Bus SDCC exclusive. Man. Okay. Oh, the Globetrotters would be so much fun. They were such a fun group when it came to Scooby-Doo. Like, I don't remember I vaguely remember the Creeper. I don't really remember the Mummy at all, or any of the additional monsters that they've shown. But the Harlem Globetrotters were a blast on that show. Like, I wish they could do it. I don't know if they can. And if they're only doing 5 waves, I don't know that they want to, unless they just go full on Hanna-Barbera. But that's something else that I'm sure they're kind of trying to figure out. Is it worth it to go full on Hanna-Barbera? Is that a good idea? I don't know. But yeah, I wish, I think basically the takeaway from tonight's live stream is we all have exquisite taste in action figures. There's 2 takeaways. and Jada needs to do Star Wars, Clone Wars, and then do all the other characters in some kind of animated style, and we would all be very happy. Woo! All right, guys, the voice really is fighting me right now. I don't like this at all. It's 9:14, so I'm going to call it a night right here. Thanks as always for coming by and talking about your favorite action figures of 2025 so far. You could have done anything, but you chose to hang out here with us. And I highly, highly appreciate it. Thanks again. Have fun. Remember, no live stream on Thursday, but I'll be back bright and early, well, bright and 7 o'clock on next Monday, so we can talk about all things that are getting shown off at all the shows. Until then, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. This is where I hit end stream once and then I hit it again and we see how awkward it is because I haven't hit it yet, but I'm about to hit it and we're going to see how long I do just weird things in the monitor until it actually logs me out. Here we go. We're doing weird things. We're getting